Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Benny from Florida's Bullies. Okay, finally making the video. I'm not gonna act like I'm some big influencer, some big dog trainer that people have been wondering, oh, where's Benny been? But there has been a few people, a few clients, past clients, potential clients, and some friends that have been asking why I haven't been posting the dogs, what happened to the litter of puppies that we had recently, what's going on. So I'm here to clarify pretty much and just kind of give everybody a heads up of what's coming up next and what's been going on and the reason for why I'm leaving the bully game. Again, not that me leaving the bully game is going to change anything. I'm not pretending that it is. I'm not acting like, oh my God, people are going to be brokenhearted. No, it's just for those people that do care. I want to let you guys know. But the main thing is pretty much, I'll just get straight to it. I kind of just had enough of the whole breeding environment, the the people. Honestly, I'm probably gonna say a lot of things that's gonna make people mad. And look, if you don't even know me personally, it's obviously not about you, right? I'm gonna speak a lot in general here, so don't get offended. And if you do, I really don't care. But so the main thing is, it's gotten to a point. To me personally, the breeding game has gotten to the point where it's just, I want to say, very like there's just no morals behind it anymore, right? Now there's a lot of good breeders still out there. Don't get me wrong, a lot of good breeders, a lot of breeders that I would still even recommend. But honestly, after going into dog training, learning a little bit more about psychology of the dogs, and seeing the dogs that I worked with, that a lot of these dogs were like from the pound, rescue dogs that were just genetically, like bred genetically wrong, that had all these issues that shouldn't have never been bred in the first place. Um, like all that just leads up to these dogs ending up, you know, and like in a foster home, in a shelter, or just dumped on the side of the street. Right now, I'm not gonna come out here and act like a hypocrite, like, oh my God, I used to breed, no more breeding. But there's people who definitely should not be breeding. And I think a lot of you could agree with me. A lot of you can agree with me. There's a lot of people that should just definitely not be breeding. They're breeding for the wrong reasons, whether it's bullies, whether it's bulldogs, whether it's Frenchies. I've even seen it in, like, the other breeds, like the Malinois and the German Shepherds. German Shepherds a huge one. So many horribly genetically German Shepherds have been created that it's just so bad. Dobermans. I mean, the breeding in general, it's just gotten to the point again where like nobody's doing it for the right reasons. Everybody's trying to do it for money, and I see it. To this day, when people ask me about the females that I have available, because I do have a few females available: Clarita, Hazel, Crumbles, um, even my boy Mello, if it's somebody that I personally know. But people want to buy these dogs from me with breeding rights for $1,000 so they can make money off that dog. But as far as I know, you're probably gonna dump that dog somewhere else. So honestly, again, I don't want to veer too far off, but it's just the breeding has just gotten pretty bad. And again, there's really good breeders out there. There's breeders out there that are making a living, that are killing it, that are doing it for the right reasons, that are breeding to improve the breed. And by all means, you know what I'm saying. We need those kind of people to keep future generations of dogs coming along. But it's just do it right. You know what I mean? I don't claim to have been doing it right. I don't claim to have been doing it the perfect way. I mean, I would even admit it. My punch litter wasn't what I was expecting. I don't know if it came from punch. I don't know if it came from Kahlua, but there was just some stuff in there genetically that some puppies did not come out right. Like some did, of course. I have like 2, 3 that came out amazingly. But this other one puppy came out with her legs. I mean, one thing is having a swimming syndrome. The other one is just having legs straight out like that. I mean, it was pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. Now the puppy, she's alive. She survived. It didn't really affect her as much. Her legs still don't work as proper, but I did give her to a guy that I know personally. He does a lot of work around my house, and he was like, "Oh, yeah, I take her for my kids." And again, she doesn't walk the best, but she's an indoor dog, and the kids love her, and she's living her best life. So I'm really thankful that I could find a good home for her. But I'm just gonna go. I want to run through a few experiences that I've had in the bully game that kind of made me just go like, I'm gonna stop. Besides the big picture, which is like, again, after working a lot with dogs at this point and clients, I kind of see um, why breeding is not a good thing. And again, and for some examples, right? Like for some people, like they should just not be breeding, right? I can see where the people that say don't breed are coming from because there's so many bad breeders out there, just like there's so many good breeders out there as well. So don't get it twisted. But one of the main things that I had that happened to me was that one of my first females that I produced myself, Bonita. A lot of you guys might know her. She's a beautiful little short pocket female, ripped. I mean, super agile, amazing dog. Loved her. I ended up selling her to this guy named KB. You guys might know him, might not. He used to breed XO bullies or whatever. He hit me up, really wanted to buy her, really wanted to buy her, really wanted to buy her. And I was like, okay. So we agreed that I'd sell her to him for an X amount of money. Plus, he was gonna breed her to China Boy, and I was gonna get a puppy off of that. Because I really didn't want to sell her. And he agreed, signed contract, everything cool. He locked in China Boy. I made sure with Eddie that, that KB did, put the deposit down to lock him in. So anyways, he paid the cash part, took Bonita. I never gave him the paperwork again because he hadn't finished the deal yet. And a few months go by, I would hit him up. How's Bonita? He sent me pictures, good. And I'm like, okay, awesome. I'm glad she's living her best life. She deserves it. And then he just never hit me back up again. I hit him back up, and he told me that Bonita had died. Sent me a video of Bonita throwing up blood in the bathtub. Apparently, he bought food that was expired or something like that. And apparently killed all his dogs that he had. Is it true? Is it not? I don't know. I just know what I know. But Bonita passed away, and what bothered me was that he didn't reach out and tell me, right? He wasn't like, hey, this happened. As much as, like, as heartbroken as you can be, business is business at the end of the day, right? So if something happens, I expect you to tell me, especially if we have a business going on. So he didn't. So that to me was already kind of shady. And then after that, I told him, okay, well, we still had the deal where I need to get a pup from China Boy. So if you want, and I was still trying to help him out, I was like, you know how much those puppies were going to be, but I would do you a solid and just give me $2,000 for whatever that puppy would have been, and we call it quits, right? And we're good, no problem. I even told him you can pay me, in payments, whatever. Like, it's no big deal because I was cool with the dude. But then he just stopped hitting me back, and I texted him, and then he just ghosted me. I texted him again. He's like, oh, I've been busy with work. I was like, cool. Don't worry about it. Texted him again. Oh, I lost my job, but I got you. And then I texted him recently. Haven't heard back from the guy. Probably won't hear back from that guy. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely lost there. Not only did I lose Bonita, which I'm like, those regrets were like, I should have just kept her. But obviously I lost that money. And so, this guy, KB, if you're watching the video, if anybody knows him, yeah, you still owe me money, bro. But, it's whatever. I don't know if he is going through a situation where whatever he was telling me was true. I hope everything is better. And I hope, that you get your job back and your life back together, whatever it is that's going on. And I wish you the best. If you can ever hit me up and pay me what you owe me, cool. And if not, again, I wish you the best, bro. Another thing that's happened also in the bully game, well, in my journey as, being in the bully or whatever, in the bully game, was that recently, you guys know I bred Mellow to my girl Clarita and Purple. They were both punch daughters. So Purple ended up getting an infection in her uterus, absorbed the puppies, lost the litter. Clarita, on the other hand, she did have her C-section, and she had 2 puppies. Now, what I'm going to say next, again, I don't want to be taking out of context. I'm only going to say what I know. I'm not going to tell you who the whelper was. A lot of you already know because I did tag the whelper a lot. I'm not accusing the whelper of anything. I'm just telling you what my experience was. So it was my first time ever letting somebody else whelp my litter, right? I've whelped all my litters. You guys know I've whelped all my litters. But, I was working at a company where I was working a lot. My dad went back to work. We needed somebody cool. We contacted her. We met her up after the puppies had a C-section. 2 healthy puppies, 1 male, 1 female. Took them to her. She did promise, videos and updates every day, FaceTimes every day. And I was like, cool. I came through with the payment every time. I think there was one day where like I got paid late, so I told her if you could hold me like for like a day or 2, and I'd pay her, and I did. But I didn't get the everyday updates or everyday video, every day FaceTime, everyday pictures. I had to ask for it. Not a big deal, right? There are my puppies at the end of the day. I understand she was busy. Just again, just saying that what the contract said that she would, update me daily. Didn't get the daily updates, but again, no big deal because I'm busy myself. I was just like, the puppies are in good hands. The puppies look great in the videos and the pictures that I did receive. But the fourth week when I was gonna go pick them up, the male died like a day before the 4 weeks. So I've never had a puppy die in a 4 week, like at 4 weeks. I know it's possible. It just never happened to me. So I was very bummed out the fact that the puppy just died. So I was like, you know what? I got the puppies back on a Monday, and I was like, it was like a Saturday, and I was like, you know what? I'll just go get the puppies now. I think it was Saturday, Friday, something like that. I was like, I'll just go get the puppies now. And she's like, okay. We met up at the vet. She gave me the puppy. When I got the puppy, the female puppy, I was kind of like, wow. The puppy was very underweight, in my opinion. Very slim. I'm used to my puppies being chunky. You know what I mean? Having meat on them. Now I do understand that the mom, Kalua, or Clarita, did not want to feed them, and she was giving them trouble breastfeeding. I was like, okay, maybe it's the nutrients that she didn't get from the mom like she was supposed to, because they did bottle feed her a little bit. Whatever, cool, right? But when I got home, my whole family was kind of like, what happened to the puppy? Why is the puppy so skinny? And I was like, I don't know, maybe because she didn't get the nutrients, like I said, from the breastfeeding, because Clarita didn't want to feed her. Long story short, the puppy lasted a week, and I mean, she was kind of active, and then it just went downhill, straight downhill. I tried, I took her to the vet. The vet told me she was malnourished. She wasn't where she was supposed to be. Even though she was eating at home, but she just wasn't gaining weight. I don't know what it was. So again, I'm not saying it was the whelper's fault. I'm not saying that the whelper did anything wrong. I'm just giving you, what happened based on like what I had and what I went through, because it could have been parasites, because she got dewormed and everything, but it could have been parasites or something in there that was keeping her from gaining weight. The puppy was just way too skinny, and again, she lasted a week, and then she finally just ended up passing away. So I lost those two puppies completely. That was another thing that I was like, you know what? It's just not worth it anymore. Again, because I am working, and my family is working, and we tried the whelping. Again, not saying it was a whelper's fault. I just didn't have the best experience. If anybody asked me about personally about the whelper and would I recommend the whelper, by all means, sure, you can go with her or anybody else, because again, whelping is it's a big thing, right? So when you let somebody whelp your puppies, you have to understand that there's things that can happen. They're out of your control because you're not there to do it. I like to be in control of every little thing, every little detail that I do. So not being able to do it bothered me, but I understood the circumstance that I couldn't, right? So I wasn't mad at the whelper again, because I don't know what exactly happened. If it was something with the puppies that they just weren't healthy, I don't know. Just letting you know what happened. So I personally just didn't want to have another litter and then have them whelped by somebody else again. I was like, again, just not worth it. So that was pretty much like the breaking point. Well, my boy Tuco, also another thing. My boy Tuco, my stud, the one I wanted, to push, and he already had some breedings and everything. He ended up passing away. He ended up passing away just due to pure negligence, I guess you could say, from our part. It wasn't a hot day, but it was, it was chilly. There was sun outside, and we left him outside to go to my brother's football practice. Came back. When we came back, he was gone. We should have known better. We should have left him inside, because he did have that, a little cleft palate thing. So he was, is that what you call it? Cleft palate? No, cleft palate's when you're missing this, my bad. He had that little thing back here where you go a lot. So we were supposed to get that fixed through surgery. We didn't. And then my theory is he was out there running around chasing maybe like another dog, and he ended up passing away because it wasn't hot to the point where you're like, oh, it was so hot that he had a heat stroke. Because although all the other dogs were out there, everybody was fine. Nobody was panting, nothing. I think he was probably just running around chasing the other dogs or playing. He kind of overheated, too much saliva build up, passed away. So that was another big blow. And so again, going back to now that I'm a little bit busier, and where I was working at took a lot of time for me, I was like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it, and it's not fair to my dogs. So at the end of the day, the dogs, they don't know that we have them for breeding purposes to make money, right? All they know is like, oh, here's dad. Oh, they're in heat, or if the male knows we're gonna breed them, to them instantly they're like, oh, okay, cool. Through instinct, I'm breeding, right? They catch on and they understand. And through instinct, again, the female's in heat. She's like, let's go. The male knows the girl's in heat. It's like, let's go. But other than that, all they know is you, right? All they know is you, your mom, or your dad, and you're there to protect them, to take care of them. So I just didn't feel like it's fair for me to put my dogs through all this just to make some money if I can't be invested in it fully, right? So I was like, again, I'm done. I talked to my family. Everybody agreed. Just again, because everybody got to a point where they were so busy, and we couldn't be invested as much as we wanted to, with the breeding game. So with that being said, I do want to thank everybody. Le quiero dar las gracias a toda la gente que me apoyó, que nos apoyó a Flores Bullies desde el principio. A toda la gente que nos echó la mano. I want to thank everybody that gave us a lot of support, lots of love in the shows, on social media. I mean, you guys, the community itself, at least the community that I was in, it was just so much love and support. And I want to thank every single one of you. I really appreciate it. I hate that, that I'm stepping away from it. I'm going to take it with me forever. Flores Bullies isn't just, breeding. Flores Bullies it's family. So even my dogs, right? My dogs, like, they're going to be obviously remembered forever, at least with me and my family. I mean, I have it tatted right here. I got Flores Bullies tatted right there. It just meant so much to me. The dogs got us through a tough time. They got us through COVID. So, it's for my dogs more than anything, right? It's to remember all the dogs that are the ones that are no longer here and the ones that are still here. So just again, thanks to everybody. Thank you to everybody for the support. Especially, Doug from TWT Bulls. If you ever do watch this, I know you're no longer involved with social media and stuff like that. But thank you for so much help and so much support and so much guidance throughout the whole process. Miguel Santoyo from MK Bulls, bro. I mean, ni se diga. Like, what you mean to my family and I. You know how much we love you and your family, and you know how much you helped us grow as breeders and educated us and all the favors that you did for us. I mean, I could go on and on and on. But Miguel and your whole family from MK Bulls, thank you so much for everything. I mean, obviously, this doesn't mean we're no longer friends, right? Like, I'm still going to talk to you and everything, but breeding-wise, just thank you. Thank you. You did so much for us, and I'm just forever thankful and grateful to have met you guys. And then there's so many more people out there that along the way helped, along the way, just helped me and supported me. He's going to kill me. He's gonna kill me because I can't remember his name or his kennel name, but he comments all the time on my videos. ¿Y sabes quién eres, compa? God, I can't. I'm so bad with names now. I'm turning 29 this year. I'm getting old. Pero he's from Alabama. He's Hispanic, and I met him at Miguel's house. Y no me acuerdo de tu nombre, no sé por qué, pero sabes quién eres, compa. Saludos para allá hasta Alabama. Gracias por el apoyo. And everybody else that supported, I don't know, I can't name everybody, but definitely everybody that was on the Flores Bullies podcast, thank you too, because you helped a lot, right? You helped my social media grow. If I could help in anything, in any way, I'm glad I did. And if I helped anybody else along the way, well, I'm glad that I was able to help as well. What I do want to say though is, if you're thinking of getting into the bully game, if you're thinking of getting into the breeding game in general, it's not all fun and games. It's not about I'm going to make some money. Nah, it's a lot of time and money that goes into it, and the profit's not the greatest. I'm going to be straight honest. The profit is not the greatest, especially because it's so congested now. There's so many people breeding now that if you want to buy a French Bulldog, you can buy one for $800 to $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. So, you know what I'm saying? The market is just so out of whack at this point. It's kind of like, it's crazy. But definitely do your research. Do your research if you're thinking of getting into it. If you're thinking of investing into the dog world, do your research. There's so many people out there that are just selling you a dream that they tell you if you buy a puppy from their dog, your dog will be your superstar. Lies. Those are fucking lies. Your ass is gonna be broke maintaining that stud that nobody's gonna want to use. And that's just what happens the majority of the time. There's other times, there's those few that have bought a dog from a certain big stud, and all of a sudden, boom, they take off and they do great, and that's awesome. I'm not hating on anybody. I just want to let the people know that don't know to be careful and definitely do your research. And if you're thinking of just buying one as a pet, do your research as well. Please do your research. Make sure that the dogs are health tested. Make sure that the dogs live in good conditions at home. Like ask to go to the house and to see their facility, to see how the dogs are being kept up with and maintained with. Somebody that is really good at that is Roma Bullies or Roma Kennels. I'm telling you, names are horrible. Pero el compa Eduardo y su esposa Gianna. Bam, I'm butchering names today. I'm sorry. But you guys know who you are, and I love you guys. Roma Kennels, Roma Bullies, fuck. They do a great job at that. Their facility is really dope. Their garage is set up. Their backyard is completely set up. You go over there, I mean, they're like, look at how we have our dogs, and I mean, their dogs are living the damn best life. So look for somebody that's like that, that's open, and it's also open to helping you along the way, the process, especially if it's your first Frenchie or your first bully, because there is a lot of like health issues that come with it, skin issues that come with it. So make sure that breeder is willing to help you through it. They're just not just trying to take your money. Definitely ask for verification, references, so you don't get scammed. And even if you have any questions about certain breeders or whatever, and you want to ask me, if I know, I'll answer it. Completely honest. If I don't know, I'll let you know that I don't know. And if I can find out, I'll try to help you out. But with that being said, because the video is starting to get a little long, the social media pages will continue. The Facebook one, I don't know if I'll use it as much. I might, honestly. But I am starting a new project. And they're going to continue on these pages, right? On the Flores Bully pages, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. They're going to continue here. And so I'll make a switch sooner than later. I did want to make this video before doing that, just so you guys know. But I will make a switch, different logo, different name, different aspect of everything. Those who know me personally know what's going on and what I got going on. Those who don't, again, you'll find out. And if you want to keep supporting me, I really appreciate it. If you like, I don't really give a fuck, I want to unfollow Benny, again, by all means, it's your right. But for those who want to keep supporting, I appreciate it. For those who will support, I appreciate. For those who are new and you're just hopping on and you're, just hopping on to this new journey, I appreciate you. Welcome. I hope to be of help with a new project that I got going on. Should be fun. I'm really, 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 really excited. Again, for those who do know, I was working at a company, quit, and now I'm starting a whole nother project on my own. I am back at the radio station though, so for all the Hispanic people that live in Georgia, and if you're not Hispanic and you want to listen to, by all means, but I'm back at La Raza 102.3, 107.1. And I'm excited. I'm on the morning show. I'm out in the streets, right? I'm out in the streets talking to people, giving away prizes, just tirando relajo, doing what I like to do. I love being behind a microphone. And in front of the camera, not so much, because I'm not, they say my face is not camera friendly, but I do miss being behind a microphone and just like talking and, expressing myself and blah, blah, blah. So definitely being back at the radio station is kind of like I needed that air. And obviously that's I'm doing that in the morning, and the rest of the day I'm dedicating it to the new project that I got going on. If you real quick, this is just for me, but those who know, if you're part of the circle of where I used to be from where I left a few months ago, and you're watching this and you're trying to find stuff to nitpick and maybe take back over there and talk that I'm doing this, I don't give a fuck. All right. I'm letting you know right now, I don't give a fuck. Good luck. Because I know that you guys are going to be thinking that I'm doing one thing. In reality, I'm doing another thing. But it's just people that just don't want to see other people grow. They don't want to see other people grow. They don't want to see other people succeed. Just greedy people, which I don't even understand why. people are like that, but hey, you know, you got everything in this world. So if you are part of that circle and you're watching this, well, fuck you. And thanks for watching the video. But for everybody else, again, it's going to be a new project. And again, I'm just really, 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 really excited, guys. Should be really dope. A lot of more content's coming up. A lot of content's going to start popping up on the page. You're going to be like, what is all this? But again, hopefully it's helpful. Hopefully, you know, it can help a lot of people understand certain things that I definitely learned. And again, I appreciate everybody that supported me throughout the whole bully thing. I do have, again, a few females that I have available trying to rehome. I prefer pet home only just because I don't want them to go to some broke-ass breeder that's going to take the dog, have their puppies, and then my dog's going to end up somewhere else, trash somewhere. So I prefer a pet home. If you're a breeder and you want them, the price obviously is a little bit more, but feel free to send me your information. I'll look through it, and if I think you're a good fit, cool. Now, if you're just a family or you know a family that was looking for a pet, I'm really willing to let them go for either like really cheap or almost nothing at all, as long as they have a good life. At the end of the day, that's all I care about. So with that being said, I will see you on the next video whenever we start making our new content, start uploading our new content. I am going to want to try to continue making videos like this with other people, kind of like, kind of bringing the podcast feel back to the channel. I got a few people in mind already that do want to talk about what we're going to be talking about. And again, I'm not going to go into specifics right now. And not that like, oh, it's a surprise and Benny wants to surprise us. And no, it's just, I have my personal reasons why I don't want to get into it right now. But when the time is right, again, that switch will be made on social media. And the new content will start coming out. And again, I just hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys learn something from it if you can, or simply just, laugh at it. I don't know, whatever you guys want to do. But on behalf of myself and my entire family, my mom, my dad, Eddie, little coach, who's 11 years old now, my other brother that's 21, Chris, and all my dogs and everything, we want to thank all of you guys again for all these years of support. To all my clients, I love you guys. You guys are amazing. I did lose my phone for a bit, so if any of you have contacted me for whatever reason and I didn't answer or whatever, text me, please. Text me. You guys know my number, 229-296-4058. Text me and be like, hey, I did hit you up. I never got a response from you. Please text me. If you have any questions or whatever you got going on, if I can help, please let me know. That's what I'm here for. But anyways, moving forward, like I said, the content will be different. And I'm just going back around in circles now. I know I should know better than this. I do radio. So I'm going to cut it right here. And again, thank you so much. And we'll see you guys when the new content comes out.